Welcome to Africulture with yours truly, Larva McAfee, aka Nicole, with my special guest, Torgbui Ngoyifia of Aflawu, Gakli, Grand Lomé, where we discuss Africulture. It is all about Africulture. Let's get it started. Hello, salut, bonsoir, bonjour, ndona miakwata miawezon. Miakwata miawezon. Thank you guys very much for coming back to Africulture. You are, welcome. This Sunday afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you are doing right now, I thank you for joining us today. I want to, first and foremost, I want to obviously thank God for bringing us back on Africulture today. We're online live right now. By God's grace that we are here today. So I thank God for me. I thank God for you. And I submit everything in his hands because he is in control. So all of you who are watching, everyone on the call, everyone, all the topic, everything, I give everything, I put everything in his control. So I give the control to him. So we thank God for what he's about to do. And I thank him for what he has already done. So thank you very much. So guys, thank you for joining me today. Thank you. It is Africulture. It is another Sunday. So we are here to chat about dowry. Right? We are here. The topic today, I promise you guys, we are going to talk about dowry. This is asking of the bride price. And I know when you say bride price, it looks like a commercial, but in Africa, in our culture, we have a dowry and we have it everywhere. It's just different ways of doing it. So I wanted us to discuss dowry today, the implications and how important it is, and all above about dowry. Torgbui Ngoyifia, my guest, he's an expert in this topic. He's an expert when it comes to dowry, asking of a hand, traditional marriage, and all of that. He's an expert. So I thought he comes and we can have this conversation. And also is because there were some discussions that I have been having with other people. People are struggling about this situation. Some people have a lot of situation going on as far as dowry is concerned. So I wanted to make sure that I bring Torgbui in so that we can dive in. And this is very important. And I have to tell you guys that dowry in Africa, asking of a hand or bride price, it is one of the African tradition that I really love. I really love this. I don't like the, commercialized part of it. Because a lot of countries have commercialized it. A lot of people have commercialized it, asking too much money, asking too many stuff. I don't like that part of it. But the tradition itself, it is something that I am really I love. And I have done a lot of research when it comes to other countries and how they do theirs. And I have learned a lot. But I want to let Torgbui discuss this with us right now. While we get this on, I want you guys to, as you join, I want you guys to let us know where you're joining from. I want you guys to, put your comments, your questions. I want you guys to let us know your concerns, so that we can address it on a call. Sometimes we can address it on a call. And if we don't see it, we can address it later. But I want you guys to stay interactive. I am excited about this because when we talk about dowry, when we talk about asking of a bride price, and every time I say bride price, I feel something in my head like price, you know what I mean? Price is not price. That's why a lot of people, African, they don't believe in it. A lot of people, I know people personally who do not believe in it. Since I've known them, still today, they still don't believe in it. Because they think that is commercialized. They think that is not necessary. But it is something that to me, it is it's sacred to me. I think dowry, asking of, just having the respect going to the parent and doing what you're supposed to do to ask of a hand of a woman to marry you, I think is sacred. I think it's sacred. I think it's something that is very special. Even beginning in the Bible, it started as saying that a parent or a father will give his child or his daughter for marriage and all of that. So it didn't say to pay how much dowry we should pay, how much price we should pay, but it did mention it's also back in the Bible. And so when I see us doing it, and I see man, respecting the woman enough to do this, it is very special to me. So it's one of the special thing in our culture that I really love, and I'm very excited to bring Torgbui on so that we can dive in. So I want you guys to stay safe. I mean, stay safe wherever you are because a lot going on right now. I want you guys to stay safe. I want also to just remember those of you who are affected by, the hurricanes and all of that. I hope wherever you are, if you're in that zone right now, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are safe right now, and I hope that you are getting the help that you need because we are praying for you. So with that being said, I'm going to bring Torgbui in so that those of you who do not know him, he's going to do a brief introduction and then we're going to carry on. All right. Thank you again very much for joining us. Torgbui, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay. All right, Torgbui, we are back on. We are live. So you can say hello to everybody. I know it's been a while since we saw you. Since last time, it's been over a month now. So if you can just say hello to everybody, just introduce yourself briefly to everybody right now who have not seen you or do not know you.
Yeah, good evening. We are talking about AHIABLI ATINYI the second, then go if you of and I'm a cultural researcher in African traditions and culture. And professionally, I'm a natural therapist by profession. So, greetings from Lomé, Togo.
All right, Torgbui. Torgbui, thank you very much. So Egbea. Torgbui otendo français, otendo anglais. I know the first time we had this, we spoke a lot of a way we didn't talk a lot of English, but I do want people to know that you do speak all the languages. You can even if we want you to speak those Beninois, you can also do that. Sometimes you do it for me. I have no idea what you said, but I just say amen. That's all I said. I normally say. So Torgbui, today we're gonna talk about dowry, asking
Yeah,
of a bride price. We're gonna talk about how important, how secret. We're gonna talk about a lot about dowry today. And I know this is your specialty. Asking of a hand, traditional marriage, and all of that is your specialty. So we want to discuss and dive in today. Miato mi bena Torgbui Egbea mi rapon poso ameta bio bio leke mi biona leke bele ameta bio 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 ameta les parents mi abe parents boa leke bele important do enu ke mi dola wo leke mi ma ke mi dola no wedo wa parce que ame sugbon le présentement on le wedo leke o dola wedo ajio ame sugbon le intention on le croire intention obe mu le important je sais amedo personnellement kaka ku degbea om changer wa be vio obe mu le important obe mu le vevero obe parent ko le jibe wa hogala mo si ku de to donc om le believe donc en plotok be va gbare puis en kintin be ma wero parce que ka de o le situation me présentement o le ka de me ke ka m le o le do problème présentement en tin be ma plotok be va ne ba expliquer ne mi ase no gome le ke mi do la wedo le ke mi ma no wedo wa mi la se gome nyore puis mkplo enu sugbon chanso dubu o chame le ko wona no do wa emi be mi a discuter gbe voi gbe ya mi la concentrate do ewe mi abe duo mi abe Togo Benin et Ghana donc mi la ma ndo ke mplaso e dubu me si be Kenya ko de to voir mi le di la focus na Togo Ghana ku Benin egbea donc Torgbui a pe question ye tutugban na iberare strong ameta bio traditionnellement leke bel important ro est-ce que le important avec bio ameta ayi amobe parent bo avec bio ameta est-ce que l'important et puis deuxième question ye bena leke mi dola no wedo leke be yinado. So I'm asking Torgbui right now, how important is asking of a hand is, a dowry. How important is paying a dowry or asking of a lady, a man, and their parent asking a lady to marry them? How important it is, and how should we go about it? How is it supposed to work? How is the steps, the normal way, not just the way we get up and doing it? How do we do it? How should we do it? Torgbui, everything back to you.
Yo, man, Doctor, I really appreciate the question. It's a very nice, and we have to know about our contributions. And your children grow up in a show, and now I feel him. Let me out for Benin, Ghana, Nigeria, so you know, for money, people in West Africa, stranded there, Penyawa, yeah, stranded there, Penyawa, yeah, Nima Bugatti, Alpha, Labe, Alonyon, the poor madam, Edo Pume, Cle, Abe Golepe, Omen, ye have ye Yanavame, Elebe, afforded the UK here, the extended play by Hotel, near one afforded, and Yabe, the Pomme, Mutuala, Le Adagola, Tanea, to Mia Tobo, Yapa Musos, let me have a ball. The folk at Yominia, Abale Magula never ye, Mutsu, never ye, Penyong de was the car, yours the car, Mokupoina, a canon, there a pot, Baya dea, Le Ho, le Nia Tobo, I thought you have a chance. Ekpo ne nutu ponyon kwa bia elebe na yolao nanya eji yolao nuka tole elabe voko no si be amento matesron ne do wonto atewa just na do but wonto matewa de sona bela accepted our tradition and culture ke eyi to do am na mo den kan ne akpo nyonwa di na kwelo huko na kwelo check kwelo godogodoa koyo dogo ne midogwa yagbonu yo kenya ko alo wonu to ana aya ne you want me for observation akaba do fi o lebe for konon tonton lebe nutu apo jilao nya enutu apo jilao nya enutu agble na jilao sebe makosi makima do for manami ye ode mana jilao ka jilao wana de vianya de vika la paix et le jilao kwa yo gbogbo nyama kwa dodo potia das jilao biana nyama kode le prebe ya de so atemo de so nyama biawa garo nyobia if you be check everything around you le peme le nunya le towo woman ni cho ejia eji ke da snore ela ene jilao ho comprehension tavo que de for the potiola akko on our delegation et ola tamo vigne bon nyanu ya be ko do jonai mi wo no makuku biara no ikope danke tete bi ko kude family yanchina kafra na nyamia asem ko 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 nyom lebe ya dia ke ko fu motowa awa tek ajabi hawde ude na so ajabi hawde non wode ude na so you know the story uno na chu woji na via ko nyon wode bobo na nyɔnu via ƒe nɔ aɖe le atuƒe a ye aleke ye tɔa ƒomeame le ƒunanu me wole ƒomea ŋuti eye ne wowu aleke be nu ke edze dzi na woa wogblɔna na woa gbogbo abe via be mianɔ kɔma na mia mina wɔ dɔ le aleke be be mi wɔ dɔ le ŋuti na o ke dzilawo azɔa wo wɔna ɖoɖo na wo mamawo nyana le dzaba kɔwo nya ɖe gaɖo mea nyɔnuvia ŋutɔ ƒina to na ƒomea alo aɖe dze le ƒomea me gaɖo me ɖe ɖe via ƒe afɔɖeɖe gbɔ ne ele ne kple meli ŋutsuvia ƒe dzilawoa wɔna dɔ la na nyɔnuvia ƒome ye mi dzi be miage ɖe mia aɖe nya ɖe na mi ye le fɔfɔ me efɔna yi ne wofɔ yia ema nye afɔɖeɖe gbãtɔ alo nyɔnuvia ƒe gɔme dodo ye wodona be nenemae yewoaɖi na yewo be vi ne ŋutsuvia be ŋkɔe nye kɔfia alo kɔdzoa nenemae mi be miava enu ya se be miabe fia ɖe eŋuti voa miabe via sima ke ne wowɔ eya voa dzilawo ne womenya alo womese nya me fu o la wogblɔna be yewosi wogblɔna be yewosi ne yi ne woava ne woyia wola se wova ke ne wotrɔ dzoa na eyi aɖe la wɔna be wonena yewoa dogo alo ga ɖewo me hã womana mi ŋuɖoɖo gake yewo nye enu bɔe na ta ne ŋutsuvi wokpɔ ɔtɔ le ti ɖeka wogagena ɖewo dzi be egbea mi dzi be age ɖe mia dzi leke mi ʋu nya ŋuti ɖo wodɔna ame aɖo ɖe miabe ƒometɔwo ye ne woyi gaɖo me nyɔnuvia be via eŋuti vo ke ne wogblɔna be efia be woawo hã wogblɔ wobe via ame aɖe do ŋgbe na wa ale woasi tso gbɔ kple susu be ne nya le wata enu kɔfiawo ne va yi nenema gbegboa eye via be dzilawo gbɔna be yewodo koko yewo be via ye ŋuti vo alo le prɛ aɖe su ke ne wosi nenema la gaɖo ma wobiana ne yewoagava wɔ gbegboa yi ke nenye nadanyanya tɔtɔ aɖe kɔ ɖe efegɔ aɖe gaɖo ma wotsɔna list na wo ne mi be yewoava wɔ afɔɖetɔa alo fegɔa mitsɔ eyi va ɖeka ɖe alo hatukpa eve ɖe ɖe ye ne be wotsɔ leke nyɔnuvia dzilawoa woxɔnɛ Uba tiona go kple wa bibia. Ye gado man uyana ba legbe pe nu ne kem. Nyama aga drama nya so wa. O dona mo biana go kple ya. Si masibe ye dodge la o ya o pe. Wa ba akwami nya ikene chokpo. O bona be yosi. Ojo utvia rɔdua nyɔnuvia bo ƒoƒo tsɔ ƒo ɖe ŋutsuvia ŋuti ŋutsuvia ɖe aƒe ka mo tso agbenyo na wa dzorɔmetɔwo nya wofina fia taplatiere wofina fia alo tsɔna ƒe amedzaglawo nya wowɔna tɔa dɔléle kae le ƒomea me kpeŋui dɔlia anyidze elia kafla gbogbo dɔ alo aɖaxɔ dɔ elia ye wobiana numawo keŋkeŋ ƒomea me ɖe nyɔnu enɔna wo gbɔa wokpɔ nyɔnu tɔ ɖe leke woƒe nɔa wonu ŋutsuvia be nɔa kple leke wonɔ gbedo ye ŋutsuvia kafla ŋutsuvia be ƒome le gama me yo anketila me yo wɔ anketi le nenema ye anyo yi nenye be amesuwo ho wɔ be nuƒoƒo wa dɔme aɖo ɖa mi be mi tsɔ nya ɖe ne miate ŋu va gbe ale gbe ye le gama mea tsɔna be nuwo ayi enɔwa officially efia be mi gbewo toa yeɖo tɔnu tɔdzie pipivia ƒe tɔnu tɔdzie ye eƒoƒo be nua woxlẽ na wo eɖiɖi vi ɖe wu etɔɖevia ƒe nu ye nyɔnuvia dona wɔme eveawo woyɔnɛ ƒome gbɔ ye wòva dzena si nawo efi ma gbedze wonana ye ne wona ƒɔƒu havoa mi va wɔna akpa gbɔa
Okay, Torgbui. We are having some technical issues with Torgbui right now. It looks like he's frozen. But while we are getting Torgbui set, really my question to Torgbui was, why is dowry it's important? What is the procedures, the proper steps? Because I know a lot of people have changed it this way. But now everybody's doing it differently now. So Torgbui is explaining to us how important it is as an African, for us to go through this dowry. How important is dowry? So he's saying, he explained to us that, when you meet a girl and you are interested in a girl, you're supposed to go to your parent. The parent's supposed to go to the woman's parents. And there is all of this that Torgbui is describing to us. Investigation. He's telling us investigation background. When you say that extensive background check is what the parents, the girl's parents is going to do on the boys' parents. There's an extensive background check. This is how it normally works. Background check, they're going to find out, is that woman, is the mother, is she still married to the father? Do they have any crazy, medical issues? Do they have any mental issues? Do they have any, health problems? They will check what is their relationship with, the culture and everything else. They're going to check all of that. This is how it normally works. All right. So they're going to check all of this. And even when they do all the checking, the father side is still not going to answer. They normally don't give them an answer. So they're gonna take that. They'll think about it, and then the girl, I mean, the man's, the woman's, I mean, the guy, they have to leave. Sometimes they leave. It takes them few weeks. If they don't hear anything, they'll come back and check in again, and they're gonna come back again. And when they check in, this, the girl, because this is your precious child, you don't want to just give him to any family. You have to do an investigation, thorough investigation. Make sure that your child, your girl, your precious girl is going to be taken care of. And plus, when she goes there, she's not going to get in trouble. She's not going to be in deep issues. She's not going to be crying. They're not going to abuse her. So this is why I'm saying that, asking of bride price or dowry is very important. Is one of the things that I think is sacred, that I one of the traditional thing that I think is very important to me, that I like. Because when you respectfully go to this girl's parents, and you went through all of this, they did all this investigation, and they know who you are, they know who your parents are, and they finally give you, permission to marry their child, you are not just going to treat this woman anyhow. You know what I mean? You're going to think about the parent. You're going to think about where they're coming from. You're going to think twice before you can abuse this girl, because you know that their parents, they're not gonna let you do it. So that's why I like this tradition. But again, it has changed, from time. Has changed, but that's why I like this. So Torgbui is telling us how it's supposed to work. So we're supposed to do all these investigation. The girl side is supposed to do all the investigation. And after they do all of that, if they deem that you are worthy of their child, then they're going to let you know the things that you're supposed to bring. There are certain things, every culture, every family, every village, or every tribe, every family member or whatever, they have their own list of things that you're supposed to bring. There are alcohol, there are fabrics, there are a lot of things. There are animals, maybe some people may even you have to bring. I'm telling you, it's so many things that they're going to tell you you're going to bring, but everybody's different. They'll give you a list of things that you have to bring, and then you have to bring those things, and then the official things will start from there. But so that's what Torgbui was trying to explain to us, because there is an extensive background check that is done. It's not our background check here, though. It's our record asking of other family members and sending people in that family and asking and making sure that, this family is a legit family. This family is not going to embarrass us because we are going into this family. So that's what Torgbui was telling us. So I wanted to explain what Torgbui told us. So that's the normal way of going, doing things. Now I think Torgbui is unfrozen. Torgbui, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear
Okay,
you.
good.
All right.
Okay, so Torgbui is back now. So what I'm going to ask Torgbui, so we understand that the dowry, asking of a dowry, it is very, very important, and there are steps that we're supposed to take. As long as you're an African, we in our away culture, we're supposed to honor this because it is the tradition, right? It is a tradition. So that's why we go through all of this to do this. So Torgbui, my question now is, and those who do not know, who normally accept, I know we say family, but who normally accept the dowry? Who is responsible to accept it? Torgbui, can you hear me? I think Torgbui froze again. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay. Okay, let me change. Guys, give me a second, okay? Give me a second, guys. I need to make sure that Torgbui can hear me, because I really want to hear what he has to say. Torgbui, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It looks like I'm trying to change the volume and all of that because of the
Yeah.
echo. We are hearing echo.
Yeah.
But Torgbui, If you can hear me, I just want to touch on
Can you
this
hear
and then we. Okay. So who's supposed to accept dowry? Who's supposed to accept, when we bring this, they always say that the father is supposed to accept this. So who's supposed to accept the bride price?
Okay, AHIABLI from the beginning. L'Africa, I'm someone that's one of the crew. Son de pas, les non viabe comme ne chiao non ke biamo le peji tokpaji pe nokpaji no awa e wonu chi kele bia ni non ke ye le responsible ne ye hala ke le dopia no ne match ya non wa chi lao tokpaji tɔw ƒe akpadzi ƒe involvement ele vevile ne ema mele mɔ ya anɔ anyi ɖe azikpui dzi elabe mi de srɔ̃ le ƒome ɖe me kple ƒomea mi ɖena esrɔ̃a kple sesẽ abe le srɔ̃ɖeɖea me ne wowɔ nu sia aha kple tsi yiwo ke le ya wobe ɖe ye wowɔna gbedodoɖa le teƒe abla srɔ̃ɖeƒea alo atsɔe ada asi na ƒomea yiwo ƒe sesewo susu mawo ta koŋua ye aɖewo specifically aƒonɔ ye ne be agbaya and everything is settled, that means the marriage is accepted. But if the parents of the girl or the woman doesn't accept the dowry, that marriage cannot hold. Can never be hold. Nejilao, Vitor, popule alekebe sɔrɔ la bon akpa vegoa eva dzɔna be video alo nyɔnu ɖewo li la wɔtɔwo mewɔ woƒe wome responsible na wo gake le ema me hã hafi woyɔe be srɔ̃ɖeƒea nyɔnua etɔ ba kpadzi aleke tia ke wòle hã la ne nyɔnuviawo le ŋutsua ba kpadzi woba lɔ mele srɔ̃ɖeƒea me srɔ̃ɖeƒea me nɔ anyi ɖe zikpui dzi fia be srɔ̃ɖeƒea melike ta eya vevie be ne nakplɔ nyɔnu ọba no gbɔ o ne tabe bia manya ye tabe bia sianu ale yole ọba kɔta
enyo donc atɔgbi ne nusua mi se donc ne parent gbegblɔ bena enyo yo sɔ yo bi vi no yo o lɔ eta biobio enuko savana yo lɔ kpoa donc nyɔnu anyi nusua tɔ alo enubu le mi la oke ngbo nusua la yɔ nyɔnua be ye srɔ̃.
Okay. Agatsɔ ya eta le blema ne dzilawo va sep nyɔnuvia lɔlo alo azu srɔ̃tɔ forcé bon egbe be atete kɔnu kple denu ya magale nenema o wobiana nyɔnuvia ƒe opinion aƒetɔ agbeko ebe ya del Helen yo la janu ya va miahoya zivagwa miahoya atagwa mile khole umomelo on vient avec
Okay.
bon cha là au khogba kwa
Olade. So my question to Torgbui, my question to Torgbui was that personally, I was asking Torgbui when, who accept the diary. And he explained that the parent, we know that if your father is still alive, it is your father's responsibility. If your father is not alive, then your uncles will be, the person acting on behalf of your father. But again, if you don't have any male, then your mother's side, your family, your mother will be able to accept them. So, and I asked him, at what point does the woman belong to you? Is it when the diary accepted? Is that when you can call this woman as your wife? Or there are other steps to take before you can actually say that this is my wife? And Torgbui is telling us that before, I'm sure in my mother's time or my grandparents' time, before, when they come and ask for your hand and the parent says yes, you have no say in it. So if the parents say yes, you're marrying this man whether you like it or not. That was way before. So Torgbui is telling us now, when you come and ask for a hand of a woman, they ask you 3 times to make sure that you are accepting to marry this man. So they'll ask you 1 time. You will say yes. They'll ask you again. You will say yes. The 3rd time, they'll like, we're accepting this on your behalf. Are you accepting? And you're going to say yes. So Torgbui is saying that the girl, you have to accept 3 times before they can say that, because you're in agreement with it, because they don't want to force you. So that's how we are talking about how normally this works. So that's what Torgbui just explained to us. So now, Torgbui, I'm going to ask this question. So when it's accepted, the person comes, we already accepted it. You pay the bride price. Or tu fais na bride price or one college awavo. Est-ce que la batem va benar yeng baleji nyonwa? Or est-ce que la yovo glona bena annulment? Mila annulled. You can annul marriage. Est-ce que annulment lena etabio bio traditionnel? My question to Torgbui is, can we, after you give the diary, you accept it, the parent accept it, can you come back and say, I changed my mind? Can you come back and say, I don't want this girl anymore? Can you annul it like we annul marriage? That's my question to Torgbui.
Yo, I'm very happy about this question. Africa, that's one of them. We don't joke. We don't take things for granted. This is the reason why we allow you to have 3 times. No. We mean it. It's one of the trust. We cannot joke with people. Like, we don't do that. Okay. Maybe. Na enu sese donc if you have struck me the social, cultural, spiritual. Donc, ben na wonu mo kata bokwa sorry. Why you didn't say you are sorry and you lead us to lead to power? No, we don't joke. Ne o wa nu sha ye gbedu pa le ni agbo ji lo mo kwa. That is wrong. Akposo ajo. Ne eta trova be so de tina ye. Ke ba le ja pe ni ba le ja pe so le ye so de fe pe dodo ha eli. Enama olema.
Okay. Okay. So Torgbui, wow, okay. So o mante o fifiare le kodo la wedo.
Neighbor eba le nyakpo ina ba be maga nyona akwa nyonu manya fokpa na da for me kwa onu menye material de ke na akai o leke kwa couleur que lenti angbanye. We don't do that play. No. People what? Maybe ever here for some reason. Elebe nananya na pania. Greba. Ono pia papa la mabumo ya. Eba let the fashion bullet to all the food that you can go. Ola you there. I'm making force on the day. Parce que là, des soleils, do you understand? Mira turn out. Let's go there. When you are pay level, so the program, I'm not telling you now about town. We not planning. You are to use the fire. I must give her the tour. Come on, do that. Ola yo so alo ya agbenu afọru ni mi jo ba gbaji a mo ra yo so kala ko ni never flow yo never boss number mat gbaji le pokono toton le so gbe ne oba job one yonu mama yo kata popo o no so de mama wa de present ATINYI dead ye ahayo no ba ma gbele so de prayer elebe mi aga cho mama bon ne le ja cho mama aba aga cho pa alo ma ga yo pa ye if you be probably challenge for the people to job or any question ye na bala ejila o do adele enya ko ya de konwa strong person whenever hear them what about papa la pide let the be only la wata de mo ya ba wo ye strong person ba jona aba ya do de me yo maka dona maka dona ye no gbe do ba ko ya be di ke yo ba de ko wa ho ha yi wali de nyama ya amo kwa wo bugera ni adegbele tobe na energies and the stool and everything that part of the family will have the now but me and the blava here feel so sweet
Okay. And your talk with donc a problème ni bena ou solution en ni bena king bola va bio milita o la mo la to mo kota dia à être sûr bena nyonu ya ele jade nyonu ya et le vevere na et là donc no wo procédure on kota to kaka et nu ava doué mea ngba to te kaka inu kota me king ba bena o yem gbaleji wa lo yem jesi o donc odola wo and ape on to ape investigation on to la do gbera on to la bio o la être sûr bena de nyonu ya eleji ken gbola yinu si anu me. So my question to Torgbui was, just like I told you guys, can you say no? You know, can you annul it? Torgbui is saying, I mean, this thing, you have to, in order for you to go through all of this, make sure that you are sure that this is the woman that you want to marry. You are ready to go through all of this before you go through all of it. So you have to make sure that you are going through it and you are pretty sure, because you can't just come back and say, oh, after everything the family gone through, oh, you're not gonna be able, you don't want this girl because you didn't know. So don't just go by what you see. You have to go with your your heart, and your heart you have to go with your mind. It's not just because you said the woman is beautiful, just like, okay, I'm gonna go through all of that. You have to think about, you know, the family. You have to think about the girls. You have to think about what you need this woman for, what you want her for. You have to think about her well-being, your own well-being. You have to make sure that you are sure before you can go and do the asking of a hand and go through the whole procedure. So that's the advice that Torgbui is telling us. So Torgbui, I know that, you know, we are having a lot of echo right now. Right now, I don't know what is happening, but we're having a lot of echo, and I don't understand why the Siana TV link is not working right now. Right now, I think you guys can only see me on Chatting with Nicole, which is not normally how it works. You're supposed to be seeing me on Chatting with Nicole and Siana TV. Siana TV has always been the one that I selected on top. But for some reason, Siana TV and Siana Facebook. So if you guys are watching me right now, the show is on Siana Facebook. I can see it's working on Siana Facebook. I don't know what happened, technical issues that we are having. It is disconnected on Siana TV. So it is not on purpose. Something is happening. As you guys know, we are having a technical issue. So I don't want to cancel this and have to come back, because if I cancel this, it's asking me to redo it. We're going to cancel this. It's going to cut off. So I'm not going to cancel it. But you can go to Siana if you want to watch it on Siana Facebook. Please go on Siana Facebook. You can watch this live there. But from some reason, it is not connecting to Siana TV today. It has always been since day one. So I don't know. I did it the same way this time. It's supposed to work, but it did not. I have no control over technical issues right now. We are having that, but we have Torgbui here, and I want to make sure that we get through our questions. If we need to bring Torgbui back, Torgbui will come back. We can discuss this, but it's a lot of echoing going on right now that, you know, I don't like. But unfortunately, I tried to do all the settings, change all this, but it's not doing anything at this point. It's not changing. So I'm sorry for the technical issue, the echoing right now. I'm trying to change it as much as I can. So we're going to continue doing this. Torgbui, can you hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. So I'm just going to try. I'm going to try and ask another question, Torgbui. So what do you say to people who don't believe in dowry? Who don't believe in asking of a hand? Like I said, I know people today, I know people, they're probably watching me right now, and they just don't believe in it. What do you say to people who don't believe in dowry, asking of a hand, and they just think that it's not necessary? So nyakem lebio Torgbui fifiare ameko be yom kralna eno ametabio biowade enyake Torgbui la tona meoma Torgbui nyako la tona meoma.
Okay, it's very unfortunate. I don't think I don't think there will be nobody on this planet, being an African, will say he don't believe in that. It's not a matter of believing. o khojise alo mu khojise nenema nye miape identité culturelle nema wale man ke mi on ale mi ade hafi oyo mebe ami ade son akpo nebe ne nyanu na biata ba wo mutu ke bia nyanu da ede bubu to do kuyonti enna khia onyabe enye responsible man kafla menye gbavu na nyam kafla lo menye gbavu na nyam menye amemado tai na nyam enyame ke ye ko pakpla ho hehe echufu medeme you are somebody you can trust the society create confidence around yourself ya mona debubu pasi ho ho tio ye enele ponufu la mo tutome amola nyabe agbeto le fonu agbeto alade le fonu amola kpo be amentonto ele fonu fu efegoa fome mena chua edasi ho gbe koko fome anti na fome ma ganye chito bo fome cha etenye the last former in your community wo fome abe asi ho kple pupu odo fome anti wo lu cha bo fome anti ye togoa edebubu enyonu ikene dea edebubu nti ye enagwanye be edebubu enyonu aba fami o nti elabe amagbeto de ka sile po omene ye le agbeto de ka nti donc enu omene ya as 4 cornerstones ye etu wo so the parity donc nebe uchude anya meipo abe miawo ne agbabe ye ya bon nyamanya le ke wonole du ko buo me wa manya be miawo le West Africa ni da chi ho nyon ta be bianti alegbegbe ye ne be ma wole ke ba for the wa ma de strong ne ni don wole gbo ete jivio maton ete ji omo wo ete ji blave now ete ji omo ton now ete ajivi now ne me biatawa ma de strong kafla milewa ahasi ila hasi amia mimile ji ahasi view ye mi abofumia azu kafla tafla ji ahasi tobe famille enye glomala word ko mala zam magaton etomna mo ye maga voucher but this is the only way and that's the only language that I can speak. I don't believe in that. Not that you believe in. This is our culture and this is our identity. Ye kafla jogbo voto now. Nekpo nyonu mako darakbo. Kafla lo na nyonu makua. Nyonu abofo moto la gbin la kona. Ola droit megba. Keye o ma de talete gbede. Ye ela di unti o kakala di dizima vi o unti. Donc tabia le miagbo l'Afrique avec des colons le Vito miao le Togo Ghana Benin Nigeria Côte d'Ivoire Côte d'Ivoire aller milia kaka jemia to Awusao Kabie Kotokoli attention o mata klo nyonuko ye baba no gba no da kumeno to pe na no mloni ano tivio no just become a layer just like I mean chicken. I know that's no. We don't do that. No. It is an abuse, even our culture, and to God in heaven. Mem toucher, excuse me to enter into Bible. Afina uchubanto na afon, akpo onule eba hajia. Écoutez, Mao Debe Agbabiche Mokouye. Donc, Ebiata, playing top penuka, Ntina. Ebiata, playing top penuka, elle la clé beaucoup. Pourquoi The foundation started from there. Even our grandfathers, our forefathers don't know about Bible. But God put this into their blood and their heart and into their soul. And these regulations were laid down for our generations, from generation to generations. That's why we call it culture and tradition. That there's no way that I don't know.
So Torgbui, so yeah, so Torgbui do not like if we say we don't believe in dowry. Torgbui do not like that at all. So
that word, I don't want it.
So because it's not good, right?
It is abuse our culture, our identity.
Mm-hmm.
See, and we cannot live without our culture, and we cannot remove our tradition from us. That means our generation is dying. Somebody is killing us. Before you kill us, we do something. Before you kill us.
I know.
You're
already sensitive about this. This is very important to you. So don't we do not like, when we are saying we don't believe in dowry, we don't believe in asking of a hand. And then my second question was going to be, what do you say to those people who are living with a woman? They are living together, have children for years and years and years, but never asked the woman's hand. Torgbui already had that in his question. He said that is not right. We cannot do that. If you have a woman living with you today, because a lot of people do, for years and years and years, they have children. Some people even have grandchildren. They never went through the traditional marriage. They never went through asking of a dowry. Torgbui is telling you that it is not right. If you're an African, you're supposed to follow this tradition. So if you're an African, it's not right. And he's saying that, and God forbid, this woman, something happens to her, like, for a death, and, the parent will leave it to you. You're going to have to struggle with this because you never came to them and asked for their permission. They never gave her to you to marry. You never went to the proper steps to have this woman in your home, to call her your wife. So Torgbui do not like us not believing in our tradition and just, taking advantage. It is not right. So we're supposed to, live by the rule. And I know you guys, we don't like to hear rules, but we are supposed to live by that and do the right thing. So if you don't believe in dowry or asking of a hand, think about this woman. It's a respect to this woman. It's a respect to her family. It is a respect to these children that you have. You're calling your children. So think about that. It is not, again, Torgbui, Gado Moa c'est parce que it's because some people made this asking of a bride price and asking of a hand commercial. People do it. A lot of countries has made it as commercialized. They're asking for more money. They're asking for more stuff. So it's very difficult for a man who is everyday man to come up with all this money to pay for dowry. So it is discouraging some people. But I know that is not how it's supposed to be. So Torgbui, I have this, when I was doing my research, I learned that in Kenya, for example, there is a central part of Kenya, Torgbui, the women actually pays the dowry. Central part of Kenya, the women, this is fun fact, the women pays the dowry. The women will have to build a house for the man. So that's just one part of Kenya. I am focusing on just Africa. There's a lot of areas like Asia and India, but I'm just focused on Africa. In African continent, Kenya, there's a place in central part of Kenya. Women do pay the dowry for men. And I also learned this fun fact, Torgbui, that Torgbui, you have something?
Yeah. I have to enter into that.
Okay, go ahead.
We are Africans, but we have different cultures. If that is the way they do it, in that part of Africa, if it is accepted in their culture, there is nothing wrong about it. That is their culture, and that is their tradition. So if they are practicing what they are, what they know, and what they do, and it's accepted, and it's accepted in their community, that's how they do their things. So there's nothing wrong about it. But if they don't do that, and somebody is trying to do it, so that is an opposition to the culture. But if it is their culture for that community, there is nothing wrong about it. It's accepted by the culture.
Yeah.
Voa melemiao bole waste I feel. Le cabier, protocole, chokosé, moba, eve, gain, fond. Voa attends, vous la fibou. Ne, on to bet à sida di quoi. Over culture. Ah, na maye ulema. Maga kwa nyaraka no. Na ibe. Le rodon ton na nutsu. Maybe a nyonta. Even what a wafufu. Teti alo the food tower. Food the anyebe kafla or mo for the deck. Komia kwa miabe bia kwa fuko wafo. Maka do fo. Aba pata AHIABLI. Apato ATINYI, apato AGBONUGLAH. Yo invite you. Ye maba the one be ye do fo wa. Then miabe bi nyonu via ni bia. Mia tangolo miabe nkone. Mi mangolo uchu abankone.
No so abankone. Okay. Okay.
Ela be desio. Manami nya habe eye do fu miabe bio. Ta de bia up for le bodo me. Up for le bodo.
Le bodo me. O ma reconnect. Okay. So ewa le vevere.
Eva zuna eju dede nyonu viantita. Chile ola yo kos sidana ola ngonko anote po. Galem ne jambadu ko ola pa be ya kwa baby. Kama me ola prepare ko wo chaonya ola difia. For na ibe le pomado ma ola sepie. Ne magbetel oyo hanagbe kwa. Obi onagbe kwa. Okay, bia we via. For bi. Mi to mi amon mi ame connected.
Mi ame connect.
Mi ame familia. Ola sign wo ben kona evia.
Devia.
If you be non ta bia elle sacré enya no be
yeah.
Donc kama maga chotbi maga tegbere jike but afio lebe nyo na bia uchuta na wonto gbata sireji onya watogbu obo no gbo wana kwa. No problem.
No problem. Okay, Torgbui is adding. Torgbui is adding to us that another, just to go a little further. If you, let's say, you didn't ask for this girl's, hand, and you got her pregnant. If you get her pregnant and you don't step up and say that, oh, I'm responsible for this pregnancy, I'm the one who, did this. When the baby is born, if you don't do it normally, officially, if the baby is born, the girl's family, they're going to give their name to the child. You will not have your name the child. So they're going to name the child with their name because that is embarrassment. That is like you never came forth to take responsibility. So they're going to name the girl their name. They will give their last name to this baby. That's what Torgbui was saying. So as I was saying, as I was doing the research, I found out, so Torgbui is saying, if it's in Kenya, if the women are the ones who are paying the dowry and that's their culture, that's their culture. So we don't have any problem with that. So, but that is one place that I have learned in Africa, they do that, and they do it, and that's their culture. So which is fine. And you can see the women coming and giving the, the dowry to the man. It is fine. And another fun fact, Torgbui, that I have learned that in Kenya, the dowry, the amount of dowry they have to, the amount of money they have to pay, it is 5 years salary. 5 ans salary. Yeah. So it says that it's up to 5 years of salary just to pay a dowry to a woman. That's why I'm saying that's excessive. And that's one. Another fun fact will be in Guinea. In Guinea, the dowry, just the money, not the other stuff, just the money, the total amount that they can pay for a dowry is almost $100,000 for a dowry. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, that in Guinea, some part of Guinea. Last year I have learned so much how much we are commercializing dowry. Parce que Torgbui Egbia, people are charging dowry based off the education of their children, their children, the education, how beautiful they are, the stuff that they have. They are charging you based off the amount, of education they have, the level of education they have, how pretty they are, how famous they are, and the family riches. You know what I mean? And it's not right. It is not right. As there are people, they are living with a woman in their house, but because the dowry is so high, they don't have money to pay it. So I do know, I am not condoning that, but I'm saying that there are circumstances right now, people are struggling just to pay for the dowry. So, Torgbui et nyakela si parce que nyang blobenade. Parents ouade, mim dola no chargé à me. E ga gbogbo de benade, e ga ya pola tu, kingbo ola de yo be view. Parents should not be charging a ridiculous amount to man who wants to marry their daughters, because it's just not fair. Because if you go bankrupt to ask somebody's hand, what is going to happen? How are you going to feed this girl who you are marrying? It is just not fair. So Torgbui, this is what is happening today. People are experiencing this today. What do you have to say to those parents who are charging too much, making it impossible for these young men or men to pay for these dowry? What do you say to them?
Okay, that is a very nice question. I want to answer an advice. Kafla mi machi tala ma de kebe de konutio la ma kebe den wan tio dane kebe le via okko dadi de kon de kebe be nu ya le ko ano na ma la le okwa kama no le wa melio mia Torgbui mia machi tio mi opinion leaders mi onye elders of the family wa mi onye no anyi wododua magabanye mohanu na mi bio over titro dodua magabanye budodo yabe future generation yokoma ko hadeke wa over gadem neibe tadebia abazo gadodo benya bio laba no pepe nuka ole ja nuka jono pedo ta nya la sinya magbo na family ma wa ibejibe nya wa do kai ya dia ye mi adebu strong defensive parce que strong faire alu sacré kafla menye kai pepe ni khole ni tuvi petit là aussi na mi abebi nyonu bi ameye was strong de go strong de afforded the open who do you you pet damn when strong de you was strong down you strong de long you can black man a strong la bell a fagoa obo pomel ya ka o ko long po ma do e ka o le java tua e nyame ka jole be na ko ta my brother be Nado ajatua ayotua kata ngobe ma yobe ni chonya be view akono jojo aw manya ele kota do me family rolia manya pomagao onto be nyo pomagao ye ko do do na kotare me anda kote ba le kota do me amanya be nyon bia fe agbale nyanya alo status nanya at the university play habasie na at the middle school play habasie nanya dopo yole nanya minister alo clerk ya play habasie wo however culture ma amoji oru for na miao miabe okele do ayo project we le kota yo ne chaklimi Togo Ghana Benin ama yominia amana kakure unda kabiwana aglo kuida ko be magai na ma miawa jipa lefu nano maga wo nwa chitre ne panyi bachi ta di maga jo mia be biwa ya ko tojo story ya manye ajo kidu yo kata ni ko kaka ba fia je ko to be story ya na ina na ma enya na ne kelam ko ga enya na ke kwasi ajo kenya to na be biwa manya mi oni awe be bɔmɔ ya dodo mia be viwo wɔfɔ fu ɖe tomeko ye womanye ta le ɖevia fɔŋua kaka be ɖe ebia be fudola wɔyi nyage wa ayɔ ɖevia tɔ nyage wa mia be viwoa wɔti mia gbɔ le aƒeme ti mia gbɔ le aƒeme ɖe mietɔwo le dza ɖea lododo gblɔ be amenɔvi ɖe toa menya ame be ketɔ ƒome yi mi be miato miadzɔ yi be miato akpe.
I know. Let me just explain to everybody. And again, guys, thank you guys for joining. We have some technical issues. This is second week now with technical issues. Guys, I thank you for hanging in. I think we are back, and I have to delete the link and re-enter the link for Siana TV. So I think Siana TV is live now. If for Steve, thank you for confirming that. I don't know what's happening, but I just wanted to thank you guys for hanging in. Hopefully, you guys are hearing what we are saying because a lot of echoes is going on. We tried everything we can to adjust this. So we apologize for the inconvenience, the echoes that's happening. I just wanted to explain what Torgbui just said. So my question to Torgbui was, a lot of us are families are commercializing dowry, I should say it right. The asking of a hand, the bride price. A lot of people are commercializing this. In Guinea, over $100,000 just to marry a woman. And in Kenya, like I was saying, it's 5-year salary just to ask for a woman's hand. That is just too much. That is too much. And I can even show you this picture as I'm talking to you. I'm going to show you this picture. I was trying to what in God's name is going on? They have these pictures where you can actually, I can't find this picture. They have yam, ete, just to ask for a hand. You don't need that. We don't need that much. So I'm asking Torgbui what did he say? What does he say about family who are commercializing, charging bride price because of the level of the education of their daughter, because of how pretty their daughter are, how famous their daughter are, and how they look. And Torgbui is saying that we cannot commercialize asking of a dowry. Torgbui is letting us know, he's talking to parents. Parents, if you're listening to us, Torgbui is pleading that we should not be commercializing the dowry. We should not be asking too much. We should not be making it impossible for these men to come and ask for, your children, your daughter's hands. Because if you do that, you want them if they stay in the house, you can't marry your children, your daughters. You are not going to marry your daughters. You need somebody to marry them. And that's how it's supposed to be. So don't make it impossible for men to be able to ask for your children dowry. It is very important. It is not commercial. It's a tradition. It is tradition that we have to follow, but we shouldn't make it a money-making business because a lot of people are making it money-making business. It should not be. It is more important than the man to save money and take care of your child than to save money and come pay it to you, and then they're gonna be sleeping hungry, empty stomach. You know what I mean? So it's important. Your child well-being is more important than the money they have to pay to you just for you to give them, permission. Because we have people living here and abroad, everywhere, and they can't make the amount that you are asking for, parents. So we are just pleading to parents who are asking too much money for dowry. We just pleading with you not to be reasonable, to just focus on the tradition, not the money part, because your children are not business. They are not commercialized. We just need to follow the tradition. So that's what Torgbui was saying. I wanted to clarify that. I am here just sweating like crazy. So Torgbui, thank you very much for hanging in. We are having a lot of technical issues, like I said, but thank you guys for hanging in with us. I just have one more question for Torgbui, and Torgbui can come back and tell us what he's feeling. Torgbui, like I said, there are people here in abroad, and this is what brought me to this conversation. And Torgbui, we're gonna come back because of this echoing. We're gonna come back and just dig more into this. But there are people living abroad. Torgbui, they ask people hands back home before they came. But when they came, things did not work out the way they thought it's going to work out. Now, the ladies are back home and waiting year after year after year. But they don't have a way to bring the ladies back, or they don't have a way to go back home. How do you want those people to handle this? What should they do? What is the right way to do if they know that they can't, they're not able to go back in a timely manner? And some people even have other women here. They are married to other women because they cannot go back to bring those that they have asked their hands sitting back home. How do you want this? What do you say to these people, Torgbui?
Okay. Madakwe, anyanya ledukusi. Macha anyanya ledukusi. Enya bebidema. Efiobe. Edesma. Chodarafe. Kozusi bene eva yidek beji anek beji nyua. Ilava go akwiacho. Unfortunately, eva yidek beji ma banyu. Ye more de hamagalibe ada trump for chapa miadeu. Baba miadeu. Umana tenjo. Ida ko chapa umama la siu. Na jona na ma ye maten ko gbede wa. Ke elebe na libere. Nyonwa. Elebe na libere. Jiulao ameyo biata na afine jua. Donc ele comme wali alibede alekebe kama watu kai. Nyama biano ateu afu. Nyama bebo tukaya. Ajo tila magakaba agara ko. Wali bede na matu. Batano po uchude ye chobe adia. Watano ati. Echabe onu bia magbachu. Nujua ikele mojicha ichama pokbenyon or conditions when okala wa mademobe watano do. Abe nunu ya nano ni magavadwa yawa. Espera you advance yourself and free the woman. No, boy, but one of our I'm a little bit into Sky Edgeon and put it in the another book. The book, what do you over to now? Use normally put it. But in your mother, one of 12 years, mother, one of 15 years, mother, one of particularly to a Yabama, Madoma, on Bobochi. Possibility they can even try to eleboa and no chila you will from an act even come you are the marabanyo nehia ula pattern you hear ula pattern that means ula so nane ke jono gbelu what journey you are doing. I love you.
Yeah. So Torgbui, yeah, parce que à mes secondes, this affecting a lot of people. So Torgbui ne mi trova, parce que this noise is crazy, driving me crazy. Parce que elle est on a sibe a mom le senya ko le manyo. Et parce que et lui a levé vere topic li est très important. Donc à Torgbui nous kem da wani be magba trop plova, mi la gba trova re. Et mi trova mi la gba trop discuter. Mi a être sur une connexion à l'ignorer, ne connexion à l'ignorer. Mila bateau discuter et ni un topic ya parce que les VVD a mes souvent les deux problèmes yo donc à Mila surtout à mes co les filles situation que me blono fifia et puis m'cham do experience les mana experience ne caméra so ma expliquer one channel donc Mila discuter one ne mi a trova ne mi a discuter quoi elle est très important donc what Torgbui is telling us is I'm asking him there are people living abroad. You got your woman, you ask for their hand. Oh, I'm gonna come back here, sweetheart. Everything is gonna work fine. In within a month, I'm gonna bring you. We're gonna have you our family, and then you come here, and it's not. That's how you come you come abroad, and that doesn't work out. Doesn't work out. Sometimes we end up marrying other women. Sometimes we are sitting here, we are staying here. We can't go back. We can't do anything. So Torgbui is saying that if that happens, you have to liberate that woman. If that happens and you can't go back, it's not going to happen for year after year. This woman is sitting there getting old. You know how we talk about our time as our women. So you have to liberate that woman. That is understandable. You have to liberate that woman so that that woman can be free and marry somebody else. As you're moving on with your life here, you can't just keep her there, and you cannot just carry on with your life not saying anything about it. It's important that you liberate her because you went through the proper route to get her, to make her yours. Now you have to liberate her, just like you gotta do a divorce because it's not something that you plan. You didn't plan it. You know what I mean? So that's what Torgbui is telling us. But because the topic is very important and I wanted this to go really well, and it is not because of the echoing, we're gonna bring Torgbui back, and Torgbui is we're going to discuss this more. Because again, we didn't start with Siana TV. The connection got disconnected. I have to add the link back in, just delete it and just add it back in. So you guys who are on Siana TV, you probably didn't hear the beginning of it, but it is on Chatting with Nicole if you guys want to get caught up there. But I'm gonna bring Torgbui back. We'll make sure that the connection is good so that we can carry on because Torgbui has a lot to say about this. That's why he did not like. My friends, you guys who are listening to me who say you don't believe in dowry, that's why Torgbui like, no. You cannot be an African and not believe in dowry. You have to believe in dowry. And some of you who are living with a girl right now who have not asked their hand, Torgbui said, no, that's not good. You need to do it right. If you're an African, you need to do it right. So my brothers, I just want you guys to listen to what he's saying. It is important. Do what you need to do to make things right. Even in the Bible, you cannot live with a woman without marrying that woman. It is not right. It's not recognized anyway. So if you're doing that, you're living this life right now, you have to change it. You have to make it right. So we're going to come back and have more of this because we can just discuss, especially with this bad connection. We can't just say that this is over. This is not over. So we're going to come back and have more about this topic. If it's not next week, the following week, we're going to come back and discuss this topic. So we're just going to build up on here and make sure that we clarify this topic, and then we'll get questions and we get, whatever your situations are, you can come back and let us know so we can try and get Torgbui to answer those questions for you. Torgbui, what else do you have to say? What is your closing comments before we leave? What do you have to say to people, knowing that we're going to come back and deal with this? We're going to come back and discuss more about this, but what is your closing comments for everybody right now for today?
Are you sure you're gonna marry? And the claro, donc, son de ya, voici, matri, père mon tojibe, bubu na no son de ti la meu, le mau pe, bukume, ni magacho no katako, atawo, efefeo, son de mo no voici, son de ya, no do anyi kokwe ye onye, enchi kona mau. Na fide pepe, amau trojimo, omo trojimo, son de ya, no do anyi onye, enchi kona mau. Sɔrɔ fɔ nti ne mi na de bubu sɔrɔ fɔ nti a mi na de bubu ma o tɔ o dɔn ti a ti tura mi na ti.
And y'all tell me, Kaka. So we're gonna have guys. This I'm very frustrated about this, but hey, I don't have control. Very frustrated about this issue, but there's no control over this. So that just tells us that we're gonna come back and have more chat more about this. So some of you who have missed it, again, I apologize for the inconvenience. I apologize for the noise, the echoing. I've been trying, trust me, I've been trying doing everything on my power. I have to delete the links and put it back on, all of that just to stop this echo. But for some reason, I can't get it out of to stop. So, guys, I thank you for those of you who hang in there. I thank you for hanging in. But this is a very important topic that I want us to discuss, and like I said, I'm going to bring something back. We're going to have this conversation again, and just make sure that we're on the same page because this is our culture. This is our culture. Some of us we do it out of ignorance. Some of us do it because we just don't care. Some of us we have all our reasons to do it. But it's important for us, even though we live abroad. And this is not just people who live abroad. People even back home, they still neglecting these kind of culture, this kind of tradition. So it's important that we have discussion, especially marriage. Marriage is supposed to be sacred. Marriage is supposed to be very, very important. And a lot of us do not take that seriously. So I just wanted Tubby is gonna come back so that you guys can hear me. I know you probably can hear, but just to be on in my own, make sure that you guys heard it properly because of without this echoing, Tubby is gonna come back. We're gonna have a conversation so that we are sure that everybody understand everything that we said. But I thank you for hanging in. Thank you for being here. All my supporters, I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sharing this because I want you guys to share this with everyone you know. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. And subscribe to Diana TV, subscribe to Charlie Nicole. Justin, every day since day one, Justin has always been online. Justin, thank you very much for the support. And also I have my sister Jojo. Thank you for your support very much. I have a quote that I do. We've been going back and forth with in the text message in the back because of this technical issue. We definitely it is very interesting topic. Yes, a quote that I do, and we're gonna come back and have this conversation. But I'm gonna make sure that everything is working properly. But we're gonna come back next time. Guys, please tell everybody that especially those of you who have friends that are having about to get married or looking for a woman interested in African women or have anything to do with African culture. Some of you who are having babies right now without having you have not asked for the woman's hand and you are thinking that it's not serious. I know two people, my personal friends. If you're listening to me, I'm not gonna call your name. I want you to be back here on Sunday. We're gonna dig deeper. We're gonna talk about more of this Sunday just to make sure that we clear the air. And again, it's not just gonna be one conversation. We're gonna keep coming back because again, marriage is important. So I want you guys to share this with everyone you know. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. But I want you to let everybody know about this. Please let's keep our secrets. Let's keep our tradition. If you don't understand it, ask. If you don't understand why we do this, then ask. But don't just dismiss. There are certain part of our traditions that sometimes we don't believe in it. Not everything that I believe, not everything in our tradition that I believe, but there are certain things that are sacred that we need to cherish and continue to doing it. I want to encourage all of us to do and also get to know why so that we are more open to it. All right. So that's the question. That's why we do this. If we explain why, then you might be more open So I want you back here on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time or 8 p.m. GMT. So mi ato that when I'm baby no come, put me connection with problem same way there. Wa Torgbui essaye be expliquer nous on a mi voix. Ni kale ti ba mi sia mi se nya ke Torgbui blon. Yenti a mi be Torgbui la ba trova mi la ba tro discuter. Mariage be situation ya. A me ta bio be mi do la discuter parce que a me souvent les deux problème la mi sia mi ti a me souvent l'homme comprendre, a me souvent l'homme les croire, a me souvent l'homme les ouais, a me souvent les fifia, ole a home kunyo no vivi ile wasi bom pio no atako parce que obena me le important a me do bena yo me ja well wa me do kwa me na chichi bon wa enya ne pe ngba le osi o ne pe a me atros you so alo ke mu so yo no pio no na ta am so yo le kwa no pio no na ta mu so yo le bible a me mu so yo les traditions me mu so yo donc a religion ne pe ke me ole a no pio no mu ta mu so yo it's just the truth. Ya ototo e musro yo. Donc a mi ko le ku no nyon fifi ni bi onyon ata wa. Mu nyon wa musro yo. E fi on fifi a le galo. Ye ba bro. Donc a mi do la stop e mu ko tare mi atro mi awo mi wa le ke la no wa. E mi se donc a ni mi plan no wo mu wa. E fi to bi po na paro chambe na mi paro. Na be a mi sta mo la tu fe ko bode. Ken go la de mi abe vivo parce que les défauts na mo les défauts na mo nya ba monter les bions parce que gars qui mis le bio le souvent nous donc il y a quand tu mis aller les vvr quoi parce que les connexions il y a connexion be problème mi la trova mi la va trop discuter dimanche prochain ou bien dimanche prochain parce que de la confirmer que Torgbui mi la trova et mi la discuter de nuit va Torgbui Ashley ma pour beaucoup de ma bio Torgbui au quoi le mien dimanche prochain alors dimanche prochain mi la trova.
No, if you like every Sunday, okay.
Dimanche, alors, okay. Donc, I'll see if I can push my next schedule so that we can do it next Sunday. So we're gonna do this. Donc, attends, bien, ouais, dimanche prochain. Bien travaillé. Et bien travaillé dimanche prochain. Okay. Yo, so, bientôt, donc, attends, bien, là, dimanche, allez. Bien, mais quoi, no cameo, ami, non, bien, non, avec quoi, t'as mis ici. Et si on le voit si, bon, bien, non, attends. Allons croire, non, situation de pe que même to chambe ko son le mi activité mi bio mi ata son le mi activo e vio le mi asta na chami no kami sire kami na mi sia mi no kami donc à dimanche allez mi a do bela avec connexion là il parce que mi y avait connexion tant que de l'homme semaine passée il faut qu'aussi et que les gana connexion na ignore oui problème pour connexion donc a mi do la do bela do Ghana avec connexion. Pour Togo avec connexion. Connexion. Quand tu as de Béla, le WhatsApp et moi, et nous, ça nous va marcher. Donc, à mi aso, ndak pena mi baby de kamekoto. Ndak pena mi baby. Ani mi a supporté, mi a partagé. Et on a mis ça, mi a invité à mi ça, mi dimanche à Gane. Ou trop me Gane. Atlanta avec temps. Allo, Gabo, les Ghana, Togo, Milan, no kame. Mi a kota mi aba. Que les bébés avec ta bio elle est très importante. Donc I'm not gonna be baby not coming. So guys, I thank you guys. I'm not gonna carry this long enough. I know you heard enough echoes. We're gonna come back on Sunday. Next Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. GMT. We are going to come back so that we can discuss. We can carry on and make sure that everybody was able to understand what Torgbui is saying because this topic is very, very important and very, very interesting. A lot of us who are being affected by this, either ignorantly or just not, I don't know, whatever the reason, a lot of us are being affected by. So share this, invite everybody, let everybody know to join us on Sunday. We're going to carry on, we're going to do this again next Sunday. So until then, I want you to stay safe and blessed, and I'll see you on the next one. But before I go, I'm gonna play. There is a video I want you guys to watch. I always leave you guys with a video. This time I'm going to leave you with this video that it is happening in Togo. I have to tell you that it looks looks like every weekend there's always something happening in Togo. In Togo, there is festivals that are happening, and this is a festival that is happening, and I want you guys to watch it. It happened last weekend. It was in Avepo, I think it was. I forgot where it happened as in Avepo, I believe. But it is a festival that it is. You know how we celebrate festivals here. Every year we have different festivals. There were festivals that are happening as well. The same thing in Togo, for Ghana. It's a lot of festivals actually there than here. So these festivals are happening, and I just asked. I have Torgbui connection. Torgbui is mostly on these festivals. He's always doing these things, but I asked that they send these festivals to me, and they send it to me. Share with you, so that you guys can watch them, and we're gonna talk about it more. So I'm going to leave here with you. You guys can watch this, enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.
Torgbui, Torgbui, Torgbui. AGBONUGLAH.
Torgbui efiawo menyiba hele mobia to miagbo.
Merci. Merci.